Have you ever held a rock in your hand and wondered about its story? What if I told you that simple stones like these aren't just rocks? They are the keys that unlock civilization, the very foundation of everything we know today. Stick with me, because we're about to travel back in time to uncover the Stone Age secrets that changed the world forever. Most people think of the Stone Age as a brutish, primitive time. Cavemen, grunting, hitting things with rocks. But that picture is completely wrong. This era, spanning millions of years, was a time of incredible innovation, creativity, and connection. And it all started with the revolutionary act of one of our ancestors picking up one stone and striking another with purpose. This simple action created the first tool, a chopper. It might not look like much, but this was the iPhone of its day. It was a complete game changer. Suddenly, our ancestors weren't just scavenging for leftovers. They could butcher large animals, break open bones for nutritious marrow, and process tough plants. This surge in high-energy food was like rocket fuel for our brains. Our brains grew larger, more complex, allowing for deeper thought, better planning, and eventually, language itself. The tool didn't just change what they ate, it changed who they were. From these simple choppers, a whole toolkit emerged. You had hand axes, finely crafted, symmetrical tools that were the Swiss Army knives of the Paleolithic. They could chop wood, dig for roots, and act as a formidable defensive weapon. Then came specialized blades, scrapers for cleaning animal hides, and burins for engraving. Each new tool opened up new possibilities, allowing early humans to adapt and thrive in every corner of the globe. From the frozen tundras of the Ice Age to lush, tropical forests, they weren't just surviving, they were engineering their survival. But the story gets even more interesting. These tools weren't just for survival. They were the beginning of our global economy. Archaeologists have found stone tools made from specific types of rock, like obsidian, hundreds of miles away from their original source. How did they get there? Trade. Early human groups weren't isolated. They met, they interacted, and they exchanged goods. A finely crafted flint hand axe wasn't just a tool. It was a valuable commodity, a symbol of skill and a passport to social connection. These ancient trade routes were the first threads in the vast, interconnected web of global commerce we live in today. They weren't just swapping rocks. They were swapping ideas, stories, and genes, strengthening the human family as a whole. Think about what that means. A tool made by one person could empower another community 100 miles away. This exchange of technology and knowledge was critical. It meant that a brilliant innovation in one group didn't die with them. It could spread, be improved upon, and benefit countless others. This collaborative spirit, this network of shared ingenuity, is what truly set humanity on the path to global dominance. It all started with the trade of these precious, life-altering stones. And here's where the soul of humanity truly begins to shine. Stone tools weren't just used for hunting and building. They were used to create. With sharp stone burins and engravers, our ancestors carved intricate patterns onto bones, ivory, and cave walls. They sculpted breathtaking figurines, like the famous Venus of Willendorf, a powerful symbol of fertility and life. These weren't just doodles. This was art. This was the birth of symbolism, of abstract thought, of culture. Imagine being inside a deep, dark cave, the flickering light of a torch dancing across the walls, and there, revealed in the light, are magnificent paintings of bison, horses, and mammoths, so full of life they almost seem to move. These masterpieces, created over 30,000 years ago in places like Lascaux and Chauvet Cave, were made using pigments ground with stone tools and applied with pads of moss or fur. Why did they do it? Was it for hunting rituals? Shamanistic visions? Or was it simply the innate human desire to capture the beauty and wonder of their world? To tell a story, whatever the reason, it shows us that the need to create, to express ourselves, is one of the oldest and most fundamental parts of being human. Our technology and our art have been intertwined from the very beginning. The same hand that shaped a spearhead could also carve a statue or paint a masterpiece. These tools also shaped our societies. The skill required to create a perfect hand axe process called knapping was not easy. It took years of practice, a deep understanding of the material, and a steady hand. The best toolmakers, or knappers, would have been highly respected individuals within their communities. They were the engineers, the inventors, the providers of essential technology. Their workshops would have been centers of learning, where knowledge was passed down from generation to generation. This created social structures, roles within the community, and a system for preserving and advancing their collective knowledge. So, the next time you see an ancient stone tool in a museum, don't just see a rock. See the spark of ingenuity that fueled our evolution. See the first item of international trade that connected distant peoples. See the chisel that carved the first sculptures, and the engraver that drew the first stories on cave walls. See the foundation of society, technology, economy, and art. Everything we are, everything we've built, started here, with these stones. They are a powerful reminder that with a little creativity and the right tools, we can shape our world and change the course of history forever. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back to the Stone Age. If you found this fascinating, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that made us who we are. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What ancient innovation do you think was the most important? Until next time, stay curious.